After a month, finally escaping from the hellish maze, the first thing Anna did was fall to the ground, greedily breathing in the outside air. The feeling of being able to live was truly wonderful. At this time, the system notification rang. Dee, every player who passes the maze will receive 5,000 gold coins. She was overjoyed. Although this month had been hellish, with poisonous fungi to eat, being chased by the boss, and even being controlled by Kang Jin-hyuk's soul-trapping brand, all this suffering was not in vain. Finally, the system has given its reward, but then Kang Jin-hyuk walks up to her from behind and coldly says, "Hey, in turn." Yes! The next second, the scene suddenly changes. Kang Jin-hyuk reaches out with a big hand and says, "Hand it over." The scene stops. Dee, the transfer is complete. That's it. Anna's only reward in the maze, 5,000 gold coins, is ruthlessly taken away by Kang Jin-hyuk. Even capitalists shed tears when they see it. Before Kang Jin-hyuk leaves, he also demands that Anna must get the Ring of Brahma from the guild and give it to him within 3 days. 3 days is too short. 2 days! Kang Jin-hyuk stamps Anna's soul-searching branding mark and Anna has to obediently follow his orders. This is the terrifying part of an A-level skill. The person with the branding mark must completely obey the commands of the executor. If there is any disobedience, they will suffer from burning flames and unbearable pain. The girl wants to cry, but has no tears. Okay, I will definitely get it. The camera cuts to Anna and Kang Jin-hyuk walking on the main street. At this time, the news is being broadcast on the rooftop TV. Due to the opening of the Tower of Trials, various guilds are trying every means to quickly advance the strategy progress. Although all the major guilds are in different struggles, the current #1 Phoenix Guild has already pushed the progress to the boss on the 3rd floor. Kang Jin-hyuk watches intently, but in his heart he is indifferent. To beat 3 bosses within a month is indeed a fast pace, but only he as an old player knows that they will definitely regret it. In the Tower of Trials, it is not necessarily good to progress quickly. On the contrary, the faster the progress, the faster the difficulty will increase. He can understand that as a large guild, in order to seize new maps and dominate more resources, the Tower of Trials is not just a game world, but a bloody reality. Each floor gives players 90 days to clear it, which may seem like a restriction, but is actually an additional reward for players. They can use these 90 days to fully explore the resources and then challenge the next floor. Based on the current progress, there is no need to even fight the boss on the 2nd floor, let alone the 3rd. To recklessly and urgently increase the difficulty will likely lead to a terrible outcome. The difficulty will multiply geometrically and high-level monsters like dragons and headless knights will appear one after another. When the time runs out, even if the players have high levels, these monsters will emerge from the tower and enter reality. He doesn't want to think too much about it. Kang Jin-hyuk first returns to the apartment, which is still in disrepair. After washing up, he decides on his strategic plan. Reliable teammates are essential. If he can trust someone, it would be those 2 guys. He opens his phone and searches for users, inputting a familiar username. Okay, it's you guys. He arranges to meet his 2 gaming friends at a cafe. This is the first time the 3 of them have met in person. Lee Tae-myon's character in the game is a B-man with a flame bottle. The other one is a black, straight-haired girl, whose character in the game is a muscle-bound woman named Hi. Kang Jin-hyuk looks bewildered. Is it just me and my character in the game that are the same? He thinks. Back then in the game, the 2 of them were rare and qualified to form a team with Kang Jin-hyuk for a while. They were super experts. From the memory scene, it seems that Kang Jin-hyuk was indeed a player who didn't use any in-game currency. As expected, only the non-payers are the masters. Ding ding! He activates the real eye and looks at the attribute panel. Lee Tae-myon's talent ability is the same as before, Mechanical Lord, which can give life to electronic devices and make them stand up. Hi also has the same talent ability as before, Wing Chun Fist, which is unbeatable in close range, hand-to-hand combat. The system also gives a way to copy their abilities. Since you are longtime combat partners, you just need to reach the 20th floor together to copy them. It's Kang Jin-hyuk's turn after the 2 of them introduce themselves. However, the prideful Kang Jin-hyuk suddenly blushes and becomes embarrassed. I'm sorry. My name is Poopy UGG. This can be considered a large social death scene. After some idle chatting, Kang Jin-hyuk also enters a relaxed state. In his short life of just over 20 years, besides these 2 close gaming friends, he has only encountered people who want to use him or betray him. Although today is the first time he has met them in person, he feels unusually steady in his heart. In this way, the three of them exchange information with each other. Through this, Kang Jin-hyuk also learns that currently, the awakened people in the world can be roughly divided into three categories: those who join large guilds, high-end solo players, and a third, very special group. They wear masks and cloaks and never show their faces. They are not targeting monsters, but rather a group of magic people who specialize in attacking players. When they talk about this, Lee Tae-myung suddenly remembers Kang Jin-hyuk. Haven't you taken the hunter level test yet? Kang Jin-hyuk is momentarily puzzled, so the three of them set off for the testing center. On the way, Lee Tae-myung explains, because more and more people are trying to enter the Tower of Trials, the large guilds have jointly set up a system for testing hunter levels, supposedly to ensure safety. Hi shows the barcode on her arm. This is it. Just scan it and it will display your level. Kang Jin-hyuk immediately thinks of the president of the Hunter Association. To put it nicely, this hunter test is actually just a way to gauge the strength and level of most hunters. However, since that's the case, he doesn't mind turning it around and using it to his advantage. Kang Jin-hyuk arrives at the Hunter Association to test his level, but he is immediately confronted by a group of arrogant people, including Anna and her brother, Ano. Under the flash of cameras, the leader of the Samurai Guild, Hwang Dong-shu, is also there. Hwang sighs. These reporters are still so annoying. The group pushes their way through the crowd, but Kang Jin-hyuk and his friends are standing in their way. Hey, kid, what are you doing here? Don't you see that our boss, Hwang Dong-shu, is here? Get out of the way. It's the first time that Kang Jin-hyuk has heard someone talk to him like this, constantly poking his chest with his fingers. He activates his true eyes, and the opponent's name appears immediately. Annuo, level 8, deadly talent ability surprise attack. Replication conditions. If the favorability is raised to the maximum, the talent ability can be replicated. On the other hand, if the hostility is raised to the maximum, any skill can be replicated. Interesting. Kang Jin-hyuk laughed. Anna stood behind him, clearly watching. Oh my god, what is my brother doing? Is that grinning devil not Kang Jin-hyuk? As expected, Annuo's fingers were immediately grabbed and brutally twisted in the next moment. The heart-wrenching pain. He immediately drew his blade in rage, but Kang Jin-hyuk was not flustered. He quickly grabbed a bottle of mineral water and, while Annuo's line of sight was disrupted, he kicked him in the knee. When everyone else reacted, Annuo was already lying on the ground, hugging his knees and crying out in pain. Anna watched in shock. That's enough, a deep voice said. It was Guild Master Hwang Dong-shu. Kang Jin-hyuk activated his true eyes, but a rare warning appeared due to the large level difference. Skill activation has been cancelled. Hwang Dong-shu approached. Kid, you beat someone from our guild. You have to give us an explanation, he said. However, Kang Jin-hyuk mysteriously smiled. I know you came from the Hunter Guild. I wonder how you plan to solve the side effects of the ancient ginseng. Hwang Dong-shu was startled. How did you know? Hwang Dong-shu's eyes shone like electricity as he activated his talent ability, Dark Curtain Boundary. From the outside, it looked like the two of them were enclosed in a pure black, wall-like box made of squares. Inside the box, Hwang Dong-shu had a different expression on his face. Kid, you have a big appetite. You actually want me to trade 10 underground dungeon excavation rights for your information? Kang Jin-hyuk ignored him and continued talking to himself. The edible equipment ancient ginseng permanently increases physical and magical strength after eating it, but the side effect is that it may cause magic poisoning. It's very simple to eliminate this. 3 things are needed: moonstone, alchemical potion, and most importantly, the clay puppet spirit root. I'm guessing you're tearing your hair out looking for this right now, but it just so happens that I know where it is. Hwang Dong-shu was sweating profusely as he listened to Kang Jin-hyuk's information. It was more detailed than anything their entire guild had found through their efforts. Who is this guy? He condensed a weapon in his hand. Kid, I can agree to your conditions, but if you deceive me, do you know what the consequences will be? With a loud clang, the weapon's blade was instantly cut off. Kang Jin-hyuk's eyes turned cold and he chuckled. Oh yeah, you seem to have misunderstood. Guildmaster Hwang. Now, the person qualified to negotiate terms is not you. A purple, fearsome short sword, +10, appeared in his hand. The camera then cut to the outside, where the dark curtain boundary dissipated and Kang Jin-hyuk and Hwang Dong-shu walked out separately. Watching the back of the boss as he left, Annuo was furious. Boss, that kid beat me, and you just let him go like that? However, he was immediately grabbed by the neck. Hwang Dong-shu gritted his teeth. You're a piece of trash. Do you know who you almost provoked in the guild? Fingers are gradually applying force. I understand, boss. I'm not daring anymore. It was only at this moment that he let go and spared a life, but his eyes are already full of malice. Kang Jin-hyuk, I want your life. DD, the copy condition has been achieved. You've successfully copied the degraded upgrade skill Light Breath. Kang Jinhyuk smiles slyly. I've gotten my hands on another skill. Alright, now I'll go take the rank test.